stuff. I know with TikTok, right? You have one link. You're able to post one link in your bio.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll put like a link tree. Do you know what a link tree is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hate those things.
Okay, yeah. So basically, a lot of people have those in their profile, and I'm gonna use myself for an example. If I see one of those, I'm not clicking on that and then clicking your YouTube, your Twitch. That you get one, you get one. And I imagine everyone is the same way. So for me, even though I have a Twitch, I have a YouTube, you know, what I mean, I have a Twitter. The only thing my TikTok promotes is literally my Twitch. But now they have a button for YouTube, so that's like a separate button. So. I mean, hopefully that will be better, but only time will tell.
I know you told me about it. So do you think it'll be better? Is that your? I mean, I know it's your hope, but do you think it'll actually work for you for YouTube?
I think it will take at least a month before people learn what the feature is and then start using it.
Okay. All right. Let's back up a second. I gotta introduce Spaghetti now that he's on screen. All right. This is Spaghetti, the snowman. Always telling you to stay frosty. You can catch him over on his channel. Let me get you a patch right now to Spaghetti, so you can go watch him on his channel right there if you feel interested and so inclined. He doesn't always play Mario Maker. That was a one-off thing.
That was definitely a one-off thing.
So you can test him playing. If you love Apex, this is the man right now. All right. So let me go through some questions, then we're gonna get back on topic. All right. So first we gotta learn who you are, and this won't take long. All right. You're originally from?
I'm from Canada, Halifax, Nova Scotia. I've literally never moved out of where I grew up here. Wow. I'm not going to say exactly where I live, but like, yeah, I've literally never moved out of Halifax, Nova Scotia. Just kind of grew up here in like, I want to say the poor neighborhoods. I mean, but it's been interesting watching like a super, super poor neighborhood turn into like almost like a middle class area. So that's definitely been interesting growing up with. Windows were getting broken into, cars were, you know, getting smashed and stolen, cats were getting firecrackers up their butt. It was crazy. But like throughout the years,
hey, that last one you gotta watch out for, right? That is horrible, man. You don't want to hear about that, right?
It is. It's terrible, man. It was terrible. But throughout the years, the police slowly got them all, and now it's called Great Pebble. The worst thing you gotta watch out for is like little kids trying to come up to you, be like, "Yo, give me $5."
They caught those damn cat firecracker criminals.
They got them all.
But see, that's why I was pointing that out. Stories don't, and that's a good point. They don't clog up your regular content, so you're good to go. The story will evaporate in a day. Your regular timeline doesn't take a hit because you want your. I mean, if you care about your work, and I imagine you do, right? You want your work to be preserved, people to see it, and you know. That's how I feel. But anyway, one or two more questions about Spidey, and then we're gonna get into this conversation. So, what was your first console?
My first ever console?
Filthy consoles. PC Master Race, yeah, baby.
I think it would be the Super Nintendo. I think Mario 3 was the first game I've ever played.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it would have to be like
question.
The Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
There's a part A and part B. Do you still have your Super Nintendo?
Dad does. I do not.
Oh, so he does have it. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah.
So that's the part 2. I was like, if you don't, where to go? So you.
Yeah, he actually
Dad keeps a lot of stuff
every single Christmas, and he beats Super Mario 3 every single Christmas.
Wow. Hey, that's nice. That's nice. My mom just watched The Wizard of Oz. Yeah. How do you decide on which games you stream? I like this one. I want to hear this.
Okay, so for originally it was pure Pokemon. I was too scared to like try anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I switched over to Twitch, like there was just so much Pokemon competition that I basically was like felt like I was starting from zero. So from there it was just kind of trial and error. I was trying everything, seeing how it went. The WWE stuff did really well, and like, you know, at the time it was like, okay, I was moving from like 200 followers to 205 in stream. So I was like, all right, this is more growth than I've seen, you know, doing God of War, where I played the entire game, didn't move a bit, right? So I was like, okay, let me keep doing that. Mm-hmm. And now it's basically I'll do these random one-off streams where I'll tell my community, hey, we're doing this game the one day, and if people like it, I'll bring it back. That's basically what I did with Apex. I liked it, chat seemed to like it. So now I'm trying to slowly move towards as an Apex streamer.
So it sounds like you got a real responsive chat.
Sometimes. Here's the thing. I don't feel like them themselves will straight up tell me, because most of the time people just want to sound nice, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of the time I'll ask, and I'll be like, hey, do you guys like when I do Fortnite streams? And no matter what, they're gonna say yes.
Yeah.
But then, so, okay, so let me not use Fortnite because that's actually the highest game that I stream.
What about WWE?
So that's good. Okay, let's say Fall Guys. Okay, we're gonna use Fall Guys.
Okay, Fall Guys.
So I'm like, do you guys like when I do Fall Guys? Everyone in that chat room will say yes because they want to be nice.
Oh,
but
got you.
There's only 3 people here. So does that really mean people like it? As for, when I play Apex and there's like 30 people there, well, that's obvious that people like that if 30 people are showing up to watch me play Apex. So
Well, here's a good question, and since you brought that up, I'm glad you put it. Nice. Would you prefer somebody to be nice judging your content or just critical? They don't need to be brutal, but just kind of honest.
What do you want? Okay, so I definitely want to want brutal, like, oh, this entire video is trash, but
yeah,
like
constructive criticism.
What? Yeah, exactly. Constructive criticism goes goes such a longer way than someone just straight up saying, "Oh yeah, great video," and then not even watching it at all.
Yeah, you see what Boss said? Boss said that's how I feel. I ask people like me, but everybody hates me, man. I mean,
No.
I ask people a lot of times too, and I get maybe 1, 2, 3 people. But I've learned if you ask people over and over about stuff, they will give you a response. But the social media we're talking about today, which is Instagram and TikTok, you can use those. That's what we're doing the show for today, to get people to take polls and things like that, so you can judge by that. Or, Spidey said this before. I like this. If they don't answer, you use what? Your stats, right?
I think the stats are honestly exactly all you really need. I mean, obviously, like, it's so much better if someone straight up tells you. But like you said, if they're not going to tell you, you can look at those stats and be like, okay, obviously a chart doesn't lie to you.
Are you a content creator or just a streamer?
I think I'm a content creator. I'm constantly trying to think of ways to push the bar and go further with my content. There's never a full week where I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm content doing the same thing. I'm always thinking of another way I can entertain someone.
We're gonna feature some videos by Spaghetti on his YouTube, and then we're gonna move into the discussion about content creation in general, and then you'll cover TikTok, and then I'll cover Instagram. Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
Fair enough.
So let's I'm gonna pick a video that I like, and then you can pick a video. So what do you want to do? You want to pick first? Boss, the man, funding this show. Boss man coming through with the 100 bits. Hey,
We're
boss.
watching one of mine.
Huh? Yeah. Hey, but let me do this. Hey, boss man, it's people like you that fund this show and make it possible. Hey man, you keep looking up to the stars.
Boss coming in with those biddies.
100 bitty. So
Let's
I'm gonna pick one. You pick one.
Let's do. I fell into a waterfall.
But okay. Let's go.
Oh my god, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to eat the whole burger.
You do
Okay,
it,
I'm gonna
pussy.
get a nice saucy one right there.
Shove it in your mouth, pussy.
Nice saucy. Okay, ready? Go. Oh my god.
I told you.
Oh my god, it activated.
Hey, your friend like he couldn't wait the whole time. He was like, "Man, come on, shut the fuck up. I want to bite this burger."
He was ready.
So we can agree that this is a timely video. This costs you in time, if not money. It costs you in time, right?
Oh yeah, well it took us an hour and 45 minutes to drive to this park.
And to walk 45 minutes, and so
Yeah.
let's keep that in mind. Content creation,
The
y'all.
waterfalls are 760 meters away, so not bad at all. I mean, we only walked up like one hill so far. Spencer didn't slip quite yet, so that's nice.
I like how you did this part. You invested in the selfie stick. That makes it easier to hold a camera. You gotta think about what you need for a blog. All right. So I'm gonna pick the video I want now. That was your video, right?
All right.
So here we go. This is original skit by you, right?
Yeah.
So this is original skit he did a while back. Females are sexist is the title. They kind of are though.
This was my first attempt at being a content creator. This was my first video.
Okay. You got the canteen right there.
I was in
I like the
shape
acting.
back then.
I like the acting. Slid out a bit. This is ridiculous right here, y'all. So how did you film that? Did you put a camera next to the bottle?
Yeah. It was it was pretty much just like the bottle, and then the camera was like on a slight angle from me. The guy that filmed it is actually like is in film school and whatnot.
But the reason I'm asking these questions, ladies and gentlemen, if you wonder why, First off, I want you to think about, if you ever thought about content creation, think about how you're going to film something. I know when I first started, I was like, well, how would I angle? What do I film? I'm not a professional. You know what I mean? These are things I had to think about. So as you're filming this, he said his buddy did. But I'm pretty sure over time, you had to think about camera angles and how you want to do stuff too, right?
So basically, well, like the whole reason I ended up building my PC and whatnot is because me and my buddy, we said we were going to do a whole YouTube channel. He said he didn't want to really be in the much. He said he'll play random characters and whatnot. He just wanted to like do the filming and whatnot. So that's where this came from. And you know, I'd come up with all these different skits and at least like 22 different things that we were going to do. And we did this one, and it, you know, it was really good. I liked it. And then, you know, he was the one with the computer. So after a while, I was like, "Hey, are we doing a new one? Are we doing a new one?" And never found the time to do a new one. So eventually, I was like, "Man, I gotta build my own PC."
Gotcha.
That's literally the reason I built a PC.
Okay, got you. All right, so let's finish watching this one. Okay, you might have let's go back because you might have missed what happened.
Oh,
Like he resisted the F word.
you do not know how many people thought that was Renee.
Oh no!
So many people thought that was my fiance.
So basically, they went looking and found this and was like, "That's his wife."
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's funny. I said
people try to out me back on this and be like, "Yo, man, Eddie, your wife looks like a dude." I'm like, "That's a dude."
But let's move right on. So we got the questions out of the way. Let's go into TikTok. I'm gonna give you the floor, and you tell me what you know about TikTok, how you feel about TikTok. Anybody in the room is a TikTok user. Feel free to join in. Go ahead, bro. It's on you.
Okay. So I'm actually gonna start at the beginning. So originally, most people know that TikTok originally was called Musical.ly. And it was literally just nothing more than just recording voiceovers and music and like, you know, making little music things with other people. You could like duet each other, making lip syncs, basically all it was. And then it changed into TikTok, and that's when it started getting like heavily promoted by like channels like Mr. Beast and whatnot. And I downloaded it because I seen a Facebook ad of a really attractive girl shaking it. I was like, whoa, let's go. That's why I downloaded it. And my first ever video on TikTok, it's not on the channel I have now. It's because this was like 3 years ago.
Okay.
With me lip syncing to the Moana song, "You're Welcome." It was really bad. It was me with my like 2-year-old daughter. I can't even find the video if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, and then I remember I kind of just deleted it after a while. It was basically all it was thirst traps or whatnot. Not much people did comedy on it.
You know, it was just running through my head. I'm like, man, bro, this would be so cool if you get famous, and then we can look back at this interview and like, shit, this dude, I had that dude on my show. Oh, that would be so
maybe
cool.
one day. I mean, like, I'm gonna get to, like, you can see how inconsistent the views are on TikTok, and that's something I want to get.
Rafe Mains. Let's watch this one.
That's a skit. That's a skit.
Okay, let's watch it. Hold on, why don't I get the sound?
Or push out. I say we stay here, get behind all my walls, and just set up a turret, wait for them to come in. Oh, that's a great idea. And then as soon as they come in, I'll pop a bunch of decoys. That way I'll confuse them even more. Wait, what happened to Wraith? Hey guys, where were you? I just wiped the whole team. What the hell were you doing? I see a whole team running down there. Do you guys want to stay here or push out? I say we stay here, get behind all my walls, and just set up a turret, wait for them to come in. Oh, that's a great idea. And then as soon as they come in, I'll pop
TikTok,
a bunch of decoys. That way I'll confuse them even more.
If you're pretending to be a girl, you just throw a
Wraith?
towel over
Yeah,
your head.
yeah.
That's how you pretend to be a girl on TikTok.
I see.
I like that one.
I set up a couple people. Looks like I'm at the first stop of my day. Gotta let the kids on.
Hi, Mr. Bus Driver. What's your name?
Do you mean my Twitch name or my actual name? Because my Twitch name is Spaghetti. Obviously, your real name. Why in the world would I want your Twitch name?
So how do you not laugh? Have you ever laughed while making your own skits? Have you ever like, oh
I
god?
filmed that right quick too, because I was like, there was like a 10-minute period before I had to pick up my next set of kids. You know, it's like I just had this skit idea, right? I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity to make it.
I fucking love it, bro.
And then I kind of quit. I quit TikTok for like 3 years. You know what I mean? I didn't use it at all. I was just like, whatever. TikTok is stupid.
Wait, so how long has TikTok been around? Because I thought it was just a 2-year, 3-year thing.
2-3 years. 2-3 years.
Oh, okay. You said years. I was like, that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, go ahead then.
Okay, well, and then I had this good friend back on Mixer named No Good Gamer, and he used to post all his TikTok skits on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and I would, I'd laugh at them and see all these little skit things. So I literally made a new account just so I could support his stuff because he was a good streamer buddy of mine.
Okay.
And then as I was scrolling through and whatnot, I was like, man, I could make these. And at the time, I was getting boo views on my Twitch. The Mixer just died.
Yeah.
Switched to Twitch. I was like, hey, it's something to promote it. So I started doing that. But if you were to scroll all the way down, you can see my original content was me just doing random stuff. I would just do random trendy stuff. Yeah, you can see at one point I tried to be a news channel where I did like news on different games coming out. That didn't work.
Like real news.
First ever Crowns. Yeah, Crowns. He's a returning character in all my TikToks.
Which one's
He
Crown?
always wears the Flash suit.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, good.
Whenever I wear the Flash
I didn't know
suit,
his
it's
name, but I knew he was a return character.
I guess I got. Would you like to add a WWE versus AEW? I guess I gotta go with WWE simply because that's what I grew up on.
Did I hear you were talking about WWE? Who's your favorite wrestler?
Oh, obviously the big dog Roman Reigns.
What? No way! Me too!
Oh man, we should talk about how we met. How did we met? You remember? You got a better memory than me.
Yeah, okay, I remember how we
And
met.
the man in the room. There's a man in the room that was involved too.
Razor's chat.
Razor in the house.
You came in and you started. You were just talking.
What did I say? What did I say when I came in the room first?
You were talking about something to do with streaming.
No, what was the first thing I said?
At the time, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I was desperate for views. I was like, I would do this one. I would follow another streamer and then say, "Hey, I followed you," with the hopes that they would follow me back.
Oh wow!
I'll be honest with you. That's what I originally did, man. It was tough when I first switched to Twitch. All right, I went from 1,300 to like 10. All right, it was hard. It was hard.
You know, the Riot stream did the same thing, bro. He was about to make partner, and he had to come here. He was consistent like 40, 50 people in the chat room too. But go ahead.
And then I remember I popped into your stream once. I said like 2 things, and I kind of just like went about my day. And then you ended up popping into one of my streams and like talking for a bit. So I was like, oh, okay, let me check out this guy once more. You know what I mean? He supported me. I'm gonna support him. And you were talking about PC versus the next gen consoles. And at the time, I don't know what it was, but I was in a mood to type that day. I was in a mood to type. I was in for it. I was like, oh, let's do this. I was having a blast, man. I was defending that PS5 up and down. I had my heart set on getting a PS5.
Indeed you did.
Literally, if a PS5 would have been able to be pre-ordered the moment it went live, I would have got it. But the time that the site went back up, and it was available, they were all sold out. I don't know how anyone bought it. The site was crashed, but so I went with my PC and I don't regret it.
Here we go.
Eventually, I ended up like started talking about badges on like how to get different Twitch badges. That was my thing. I was the Twitch badge guy for a little while there, and I used to like review people's sub badges and everything. And that netted me like 30,000 followers on TikTok. And like now there's a lot of celebrities on TikTok as well. So now you're competing with Jason Derulo, Will Smith, right? So.
But yeah, let's get back on the TikTok. So we good?
I love how the video playing in the background is the one where like I pretend I'm a girl. It's just
I know.
over and over again.
They're trying to make you an asshole.
Yeah, so then for a while there, I literally just reviewed people's sub badges. And that's, like I said, that's when I got most of my TikTok growth. You can see, like, all those got well over 10K views. But after a while, I got bored of doing that. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, I don't like doing the same thing. I like to innovate and come up with new ideas. And then for a while, if you like keep scrolling up, you can see, like, I don't know. You can even see, right? Like, you can tell I can tell when I did something too much. and starts falling off, I'll start switching to something else.
Yeah, I got you.
And then I'll retry to do it, and I was like, okay, no, let's move to something else here.
Can I watch
Once
this
in a
one?
while, I'll still do them.
What have you learned on your TikTok journey? Like, what do you like? Is it passage of time? Is it how to edit? What do you think you learned that's valuable to you by doing TikTok?
I'll be honest with you. I think what I've learned from all the videos I've ever made is that people just want quick and simple to the joke. You can't like drag on with TikTok whatsoever. If you're sitting there and you're just rambling, they're off.
Okay.
People like information, anything that like gives them value. People like consistency. Consistency is definitely the biggest thing. So
Yes.
you could have one video get 1 million views, right? And almost no one's gonna follow you from that 1 million view video. But if you make 2 to 3 videos that all get like 10,000 views in your I think it takes your video to pop up on someone's page 3 times before they'll follow you.
Usually the
like-
explore page is where people go. Like it used to be. Some people look in hashtags. Most people go to explore when they how they find a video or their main timeline that the people they already. So that's how they do on Instagram.
Yeah, for TikTok, it's just scrolling, right? It's just like, oh, I just happened to pop
Similar
by
to
this
Vine.
guy's video.
Similar to Vine.
Similar to that all did well, and it was the time that I did the Phase Muse video, and people seen that they had seen me enough that I got like 20,000 followers.
Oh wow.
Off of that one video.
Okay.
And then obviously after a while, things start slowing down. I know the biggest gap was between 40,000 and 50,000. That took quite a while.
Okay.
And then I just started being like consistently going viral on TikTok again, just like quite recently this month.
So, would you advise somebody to start a TikTok?
I would. I mean, look at my channel alone. I think at least 2.5 thousand followers of mine have come from TikTok.
Okay.
Less than 1,000 definitely have come. Less than 1,000, I can say for sure, has come from Twitch.
So what do you favor more? TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch?
I'd say I'm a Twitch streamer.
So who's your favorite TikToker? Or do you bother watching anybody?
My favorite TikToker? I don't know, honestly. I'll be honest with you. Every time I watch someone's TikTok, it just annoys me. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Also, it's all about you, huh, baby?
There's not a lot of TikTokers that make the kind of content I make. Okay, so there's a lot of Twitch TikTok, but it's all the same shit. This is how you grow your stream. Turn off view count. It's like, what? 9 other people told me that already.
Really?
So that's I don't know. I don't like Twitch TikTok. So
what
I
is
don't
your
know.
opinion on like people who give advice on videos and shit like that, or education like that? What's your opinion on that?
So if it's someone that knows what they're doing, they've been in the business.
Well,
it
how do I
makes
know?
sense.
I'm a
It's
little
good.
kid, right? I'm like 15. I want to know how to start. How do I know that this guy's full of shit or not? That's what kids
And
want
you
to know.
don't. That's the thing.
How do I find
literally
out? You
have
don't know- I mean, how
entire
do-
skits based on that where I say some random ass shit,
Mm-hmm.
and then people comment going, "Oh man, that's gonna help me so much." And I'm just sitting there like, man, the entire video was me wearing the bro hat. You know what I mean? Which if you watch my other content, he's the troll,
Mm-hmm.
right? Giving this fake ass advice, and people don't listen to it, right? 'Cause I was trying to make fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the original like crowns, he was invented because it was supposed to symbolize bad streamer. Is
Gotcha.
basically what he was supposed to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Twitch advice is done correct, but it's most of the time you'll see Harris Heller post a new video or Devin Nash post a new video, and then 1,000 other TikTokers will basically just reword what Harris Heller said.
Oh,
and make
I
it
hate
their own.
that. YouTubers do that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. I mean, I think the best thing for you is create your own. If you are, let me say that again, because not everybody is. If you are in this for financial gain, that's nothing wrong. I don't think that's something to be ashamed of. But if you are in this, think outside the box. You can start putting up a PayPal. That's what I did. You could ask people to go to a Patreon, blah, 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 blah. There's 1,000 ways to make. I want people to think outside the box when it comes to earning money from this on their Twitch or anywhere else, because I think you deserve it.
Oh, go on. Finish what you're saying.
Yeah, I think you deserve it. I mean, if you spend 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, what is that? What's the math on that?
3 hour 15 hours a week.
So 15 hours a week you spent. Then you edit, then you do this, whatever you're doing to make your page look nice. That's a lot of time, right? Wouldn't you like to be compensated? So why not just get the money directly instead of asking Twitch?
Yeah, so yeah, it is just overall irritating when, someone with a bigger platform takes it and then it makes everyone thinks that that's their own. But I mean, I do think that's just it. It's, it is an app that's about, taking something that does well, making your own, and that just becomes the new trend, right? But the people that consume TikTok consume short-term content. So a lot of the time they have problems actually sitting through a 2-hour stream because that's not what they do. They just like little 30-second clips.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a very good point. Very good. On all these platforms. That's why I got on Facebook, because people don't realize the power that Facebook wields and how they're using it. But they're so addicted to it that, oh well, I don't give a fuck. That's the general attitude.
I think the biggest issue with DMCA is now it could be like music in an actual video game, and that will get DMCA striked. That right there is a big issue.
Call of Duty is famous for that.
Yeah.
About that. All right. Anything else you want to cover on TikTok?
I think honestly, if you are a TikToker and you're trying to like break the game, you're like, how do I get more views and whatnot? Know that every single video stands alone. It doesn't matter how many followers you can have. You can have 10,000 followers or one, and your video could still do poor or really well. It's literally about that watch time. That's all that matters on TikTok. One last thing I'll add for the TikTok here is I think if you are consistently getting less than 100 views on your TikTok videos, you got to stop and say, I'm doing something wrong. It's not the algorithm hates me. It's that there's a reason people aren't watching your content.
Okay. This will be the last question on that. What do you like better? Out of TikTok and YouTube? I think I know the answer. Between just those two.
I'll be honest with you, I got to say TikTok because I can just throw shit out there and get views, man. I work an entire, like, you know how much money it cost me? It cost me at least $80 to film that. I can't believe I survived this.
I love the fucking poutine one, bro.
But that's then my point, though, right? And I spend so much more time, so much more editing, so much more filming, everything, right? Preparation, planning.
Yeah.
And the return for it is just so minuscule that how could I not enjoy TikTok more at the moment?
But you got potential. It's potential that excites me.
Even though the skit has nothing to do with Apex all the time, I'll always have Apex playing in the background. That way, if someone sees that and they're like, hey, this guy's a Twitch streamer and he likes Apex, they'll be more inclined to click on my Twitch channel. That's why I do that. Well, let's do Instagram. I'm interested on Instagram.
Oh, let's do Instagram then. Let's go Instagram. All right, we're going to my Instagram. Since Spaghetti doesn't have an Instagram and I don't have a TikTok. So this is my main Instagram, right? This is SFC Spectacular. And this is Game So Spectacular. I'm switching to now. So I do the fun stuff, interesting stuff about me and funny stuff, here. And on it, I mean, SFC Spectacular grew beyond, I didn't think about it that way for a while, but it's beyond just like memes. Bro, they don't care about anything but memes there. So
yeah. I mean, that's okay.
I've always been a petty, dank meme place. Always. Not from the day I started, but probably about a month after. Let me see if I can get back, because I've deleted a lot of. Put it this way, between being flagged and deleting some, I might have. If I kept everything, it would have been probably 8,000 posts.
What made you want to be a meme page?
Let me say this: I wasn't even trying to be one. I started my page, or I started doing memes because I was tired of seeing the same thing over and over. If I'm going to be on here, let me make some useful shit, right? So I just started making memes. I didn't know that's what they were called or nothing. I just started making them.
That'd be pretty cool, though. Getting something reposted by a celebrity, like a straight up celebrity.
Like the Game So Spectacular.
So
Yeah, I started that one because some of the stuff I just didn't want to put in the other one. I was going to start a comic book page. Like, it was going to be about my drawing.
So, okay, in your opinion, if you were to start today, would you do Instagram or TikTok?
Probably do neither. But if I had to choose But if I had to choose out of two, I probably would stay on this.
I gotta say, I would choose TikTok every day, just because the discoverability is so much easier.
Really? I think you should have to know your platform. That's what I think. I think you have to know your platform preference and what works.
I guess that's true, right? So I like TikTok because you could literally post a video, wake up, and it's gone viral, gone super viral, just that easy. Basically, to sum up what I was saying here, chat, is, and Mixer was like a very big place for this. Every single person that comes to a video or a stream that is just a new one, they're all other creators. The only reason that they're there are to get you to watch their stuff. So it is super hard to break through the portal of I'm just here for you to watch me, to it actually be I'm here because I want to be here regardless what you do for me. When Twitch just started, it was super easy to get viewers in because people were really afraid to ever go live. It wasn't a normal thing to do. So, you know what I mean? Ninja doing something funny on stream, well, that was cool. That was edgy, right? People loved seeing that. But when it became the normal and everyone wanted to do it, right? It became harder and harder. And now you really have to go above and beyond and try to think of something that's not already done before and elevate that to new levels. And then once you do start getting some momentum doing that, people are going to just go ahead and take what you're doing. They're going to be like, hey, man, that he's doing that really cool thing. Let me do that as well. And you can stay up an extra hour. You could find, if you really want to be a content creator, find the time. If you ain't got the time, you ain't being a content creator.
I'm glad you wrote that up. So what are your grasps with people who sometimes like saying, what are the excuses you hear?
I think I was telling you this earlier today. I always constantly get people here. I'm going to type it in chat. Any tips on growing on Twitch?
That's what he asked you?
I go, yeah, sure. Do you have any specific questions? Done. That's it. They're out. They want you to answer their own. They want you to literally do their question for them.
Yeah, they want you to do the work.
They don't even want to do the work of asking a question. How in the world are they going to be a content creator?
True.
People just want fame. They don't want the work. They just want fame.
I agree.
And at that case, I feel like we should start telling them to buy a lottery ticket. That's basically what you want. Yeah. That's basically what they want. They just want to somehow 1 in 1 trillion chance of just becoming super wealthy overnight is basically what they want.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.